I've got this message I want to share with you, and I would love to target what do you believe? Who or what do you believe? I'll start by saying this video you're watching, you don't know the day or date that I make this video. But if I tell you it's a Friday, you will accept, because your sense of judgment or and of reasoning will never tell you that I've got to lie about that, or I've got any reason to lie about that. You believe that. But I could have reasons to lie about that, even reasons that are unknown to myself. That this video is shot this day when it's not. Reasons I might not be conscious of it, but I lied. But you will believe me. I'm trying to make you understand that the day that we are counting, or the dates that we are counting, we cannot say it is right, or you don't know the day that you are living, because the dates that we are counting, labeling the days, like today is this day, today is 5th, today is 2nd, is a discovery by some person or a person or a group of people. And what resulted into this discovery was there was a state of confusion, and a discovery was made that could actually help things to be understood and help to get things arranged. It is truth that one could be, or a group of people could be, in a state of confusion. And when you are in a state of confusion as a group or as many people, different ideas will come. Even some will not be able to think through, but some, in between the confusion, they could still think through, or something will just pop up in their head and they will say, let's do this way. But because what they've said, the idea they brought, has not in any way affected you badly, and you don't think it's going to in any way affect you, and you understand that, okay, it seems it's going to help the present confusion state to be better, you will buy to it. Yes, you buy to it, gladly buy to it. That is what all these discoveries are about. Intellectually, because it is based on intellect that all this discovery lies. Outside intellect, these things are not right. These things are not meaningful. But based on intellect, I can tell you this video, I'm making it on a Tuesday. But outside intellect, I can tell you this video, I don't know the day or the date I'm making this video. I'm just making a video because I cannot see no one, I cannot see no two, no day, no Monday, no Tuesday, no Friday, anywhere. Intellectually, you would teach your children that today is Monday, today is Tuesday, tomorrow will be this, next tomorrow will be that, today is first, today is second. But outside intellect, those things are wrong. Then I'll bring you down to another page. I want to believe that you should know that there was a state, a period in time that this earth that we all being existing then, they were existing at a state of confusion, that they could not understand themselves, they could not interact well, there was confusion, things were complicated, and in the name of helping that situation, resolving those crises, some set of people came up with a means of communication, probably through symbol, probably through some other means. It got to a point that some people came up with the idea of discovery of science, alphabets, as to help us communicate, which they buy into it because they believe it's going to help that present situation, and otherwise they are going to continue in that state of confusion since they have got no other idea, and they believe it has not in any way affected them, so they buy into it. They start using those means to communicate. But we've got to understand one truth, that those means might actually not be right. But when there is no other idea, they accepted it to be right and is helping. What I'm trying to say here is that our communication is cloned, is based on the intellectual knowledge, intellectual idea that some people have discovered. We communicate based on ABC. They come to collate some set of alphabet together to say this is come, and when we use it like this, it means you should approach me, you should come. It does not mean it is actually perfect or right, but because it helps the present situation, it is right. So, not to take our time, the question is, what do you believe, or who do you believe? I want to tell you that religiously we all believe in God, but I want you to understand also that there is a difference in what is being written down and what is being spoken. What is being spoken is one thing, what is being written down is another thing. Intellectually, what is being spoken, come, and COME, that is written down, intellectually it is correct, but outside intellect it is not correct. Because if not for the discovery of ABCD that human discovered, if naturally I would successfully say come without being taught ABC, it might be once in a year, it might be once in decades, I could successfully, a child that is yet to understand ABC could mistakenly somehow say come. Based on intellectual knowledge, you will believe the child has pronounced come and you'll be happy, but it might not be the come. So there is difference between what is spoken and what is written down. But intellectually, come and COME are correct, but outside intellect they are not correct. I'm asking this question: what do you believe? Do you believe in God? Yes, right? Because I believe in God too. But what God do you believe? I don't know the God that you believe, but I'm conscious of the God that I believe. I believe the spoken God, the God that you voiced out, is what I believe. The God that is written, interpreted to be God, I don't believe it, because I believe it's not might, it is absolutely not right and cannot be absolutely right, because it is an inventory, or it is invented by some calibers of people, by some sets of people. And I might think it is right, or I might think they are truthful about the discovery, but they might not be truthful. It might be a false discovery. It might be like, just like I said earlier, that because something has not, you believe it has no it has no effect on you, you accept it. So it could be false, but I believe the spoken God. Which God do you believe? God that I believe is a mysterious God, is a supernatural God, which is the spoken God. The written God that maybe you believe is not a supernatural God, is an artificial God, is a man-made God, is a limited God. They say God created heaven and earth. Yes, God created heaven and earth, perfect. But the God I believe, I'm conscious of, that created heaven and earth, is this God that I've spoken out, that's capable of creating heaven and earth. God created heaven and earth, perfect. God is wonderful. This intellectual God, God, is never capable of creating no earth nor heaven, because intellectually, bring it down paper, God, that you believe is the spoken God, you accepted as the God, can never create anything heaven, Heavn, nor earth, Earth, is impossible. This intellectual God is only capable of creating God, dog, go, and maybe some other things. This intellectual God is actually not a complete God. This intellectual God is just an artificial way of trying to interpret the supernatural God. And I want to tell you this moment that anything that is supernatural can never be interpreted with the natural. The God that I believe is a supernatural and super mysterious God that artificial thing can never explain. Because come to look at it from this angle, you are an Igbo, I speak Yoruba. There are things you speak in Igbo dialect that even if I understand it, if you ask me to interpret it in Yoruba, there will be issue. I might not find the right word in Yoruba language to interpret it, but I will only pick try to present something. This looks like this, and this should be it. I'll try to interpret it. And there are things the English language can never find the right words to interpret in another language. So therefore, there are things that are supernatural that the discovery, the alphabet can never explain. But we only find a way to present it, and that way might be false, might be another meaning. Then when it's another meaning, is another thing entirely. Then when it's another thing entirely, it is different from the real thing. Therefore, it is a problem. I would not want to go too far on this, but I want you to know that you need to be conscious of the God you believe. I believe in God. You believe in God. Which of the God do you believe? I remain W. Wyckoff.